Hello, 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 and happy Monday. Yes. Tony coming in with the sense of the evening. Come on with it, Leanne. Come on.
Yes, yes.
Set the mood, set the tone. Let's get our endorphins going. I actually have a liquid um over there that's wafting through the room. Yes, gets my sense, get me in my happy place. So
Yes.
good evening. Happy MLK Day, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We are talking about how his legacy has shaped financial growth and empowering Black wealth. I am so glad to be with you guys tonight. So glad that the audience is here. We want to make sure that you are tuning in and having comments because this is a very interactive conversation about our changing the narrative for the Black and Brown community. I am the Nicole Johnson, your host for Girl Your Money Matters, affectionately known as the Gym, where we have all sorts of exercises to help you get financially fit. And listen, as you know, we always tear it up on Monday nights. And guess what? Hey, Cynthia,
They
tonight, different. So, as we get started, I want to introduce and have them give a little bit of background about themselves. What's up, Miss Leanne?
What's up, everybody? I'm Leanne Dose. I'm a self-care strategist and the host of Wake Up Happy Sis that goes Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And I'm just happy to be here so we can celebrate his legacy and let's talk about Black wealth, baby. Yes.
Yes. And we have DJ Tony Sanchez who is on and off the screen. Come on, DJ, talk to him.
Hey, what's up, family? Hey, Cynthia. Well, first of all, first and foremost, hey, my queens, you two beautiful ladies in the Brownstone family. I'm DJ Tony Sanchez from the Brownstone, KCCR Radio, every Friday, Saturday and Sunday night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., man, just setting the pace, giving you a little Chi-Town flavor from you name it.
All right.
Listen, that's my hometown. I don't
Yeah.
care where I live. You can't change where I'm from. Come on. So today is the national holiday where we recognize Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s his legacy and how it has impacted the Black community. And what I wanted to do is really, as always, bring it home to the finances. And so let me just go on and let you guys know I'm fanned up.
When are you not fanned up,
I'm,
friend?
I'm
Come on.
fanned up,
Real.
I'm fanned up. You know why? Because I am excited and I love the progress that we have made as a community. And the flip side to that is I'm disappointed and I'm angry about the progress that we have made in our community. Anybody understand what I mean when I say both of those? Like we have it we've come so far, but it's still not far enough. We've come so far, but it's still not far enough. And let me share with you why I say it's not far enough. So on my second screen over here, I've got some resources already pulled up. And we're gonna bring on Miss Paulette as she joins us from as the founder and CEO of the Brownstone Worldwide. Um, Thank you, Paulette, for joining us. Hey, girl, hey. I already know I'm fanned up, girl. I'm fanned up. I'm
You
fanned
stand
up.
up today.
Fanned up today. So I
Okay.
shared this article on my Facebook page
Hold on.
just a few days ago. And this article says Black Americans still locked out of home ownership and wealth building. Y'all, it's 2023.
And is
Why are we still looking at the fact that there is disenfranchisement between the races in 2023? Yeah, we had somebody who I can't even call him the P word. He sat in the White House talking about America great again. Mo, let me ask you, when was it great for us? Because I can't get to the again part till I get to the first part. You know, I can't review something until I view something, and I ain't viewed it to review it. Therefore, I can't repeat it. So, dude, what is you talking about? Okay, fam, I'm trying.
Well, we ain't gonna pass the collection plate, not just yet.
Not just yet. But and listen, this is what this, and I shared it on my page and said, this is why I do what I do. Low Black home ownership in urban cities is an issue that has been present for decades and continues to be a major problem, right?
Absolutely.
Discriminatory practice from the banks, the lenders, real estate agents to us.
Yeah.
It doesn't say to Americans, it say to us.
Yeah.
Right? Let me go down a little further, because according to the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, only 41% of African Americans own their own homes, compared to 71% of whites. That's a 30% difference. Do you know how astronomical those numbers are? We ain't talking about 1%. We're not talking about the minorities. We are talking about a full 30% difference, which is hundreds of thousands of people. Somebody explain to me how, Sway? How? And you can't. We can speculate. We can.
That's what I was going to say. Now I can give you
experiences.
I can give you a speculation on the conspiracy side that'll definitely bring you up to the fifth floor. But you know what I'm talking about. But on the honesty tip, you're right, because like when you look at it, we have come a long way, but yet we ain't went no damn well.
It's like,
and that's just being 100% honest, because I see the red line in here in Chicago. I've been living it, and it's still going on right now. So that's that refusing. See, that's when they say make America great again. See, that's for them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, say that again.
That's for them.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? Because I understood everything you said when you did your little synopsis. You did. That hit me right here. I'm like, wait a minute. She just said a mouthful that was so true, to where it's gonna go over a lot of people's heads until we break it down like this. It's for them. See, they know that they got a lot of their generational wealth from the backbones of Black people, period.
Come on, tell it.
You know what I'm saying? Period.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
That's why they were so crushed and hurt when slavery got abolished, but it never really did. It just changed names.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? Where they thought it was getting towed down in one place, it just shifted in another area. And what area was that? Land. Who owned the land? Them.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying. Being here for me.
Now, what we have in this discussion to the audience, you are feeling a sense of our desire to educate, right? Because education is the power that changes the narrative. Hey, Carol from Florida, that is the power that changes the narrative, right? But on the flip side is the frustration that we also feel to continue, even in this day and age, to see the disenfranchisement between our people and other races. But here's the other thing that we have to fight: the discrimination and the animosity within our race.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, if we gonna touch on the outside, you got to start on the inside so we can change the outside, right? And some folks don't know how to look inward, because see what they're saying. Say when you point one finger at me is
I mean,
one,
pointing
two,
back.
three, point
Yeah,
back
and
at
a thumb, and a thumb.
See, the thumb kind of going that way unless you
No,
get,
but
you
it's
know,
letting you know.
but it's more pointing in than out. It's more
Yeah.
pointing in than out. And
Mhm.
so, one of the biggest things that we have to look at is how do we treat each other? I was talking to a business owner today, and she was saying something about, she wasn't sure if what she was trying to delve into as a, what business owners might need was if there was a need for it. And I told her, I said, it absolutely is a need because I saw this person, putting it out there. I saw this person. I said, but the problem is that so many people will put just a little bit out there because they're afraid that if they give too much, somebody's going to go better and further with it than what they're doing. How many people in this country? We won't even talk about the world. We just
Right.
how many people in this country. I, as your financial coach, your money mindset coach, can't help them all. I ain't for everybody. So I
Right.
need a network to say, I can't help you over here, but I got a referral for you over there because what I am doing is creating a space for you to come into. And if I'm not the individual to help you, I can refer you to someone. And that is how we keep money in our own darn community. What you
But
say?
okay, but let me say this. It While I agree with you, we have a
Uh-oh.
larger issue at hand though,
Let me
because
take a drink. Let me take a drink. Go ahead.
systemically we have been taught to not value things in and of our community,
That
and
part.
to value the things that we can't attain. How many
Mm.
times you've seen millionaires wearing Asics gels? You know they wear New Balance and Asics gels. A lot of people are standing in line to get Jordans that cost 300, 400, maybe more,
Come
and
on,
their rent
tell
is
it,
barely getting paid. Rent.
tell
I
it,
didn't say
tell it.
mortgage. I said rent. They're
Friend,
renting because they
friend.
can't afford to.
Listen,
Right?
I agree with you on that.
So we have to get that education. There's a foundational element we've got to.
There is, but let me go there. Let me say there is, comma, but there comes a time when we as an individual have to choose differently. Even when we tell you, mama did it this way all my life. I used to do the egg, the flour, then the milk, or the milk, the flour, then the egg. Whatever
Mm.
the process was that I saw growing up until I became an adult, that was all I knew. But then when I started learning and then or seeking to do things differently and better for myself, I had to what? Shift my mindset. So,
Yeah.
yes, it is a systematic process where we are taught, okay, you know what? Your own kind ain't the right kind. You got to go get this good quality stuff over here. This why I don't deal with black people. I go over there. Well,
See,
you know what? Maybe you need to check yourself because maybe it's not them. It could be you. But we have to make the choice. So I agree with you, Leanne. To a very, fine extent, we do have to make the choice. And so what I do love is that we have these types of conversations. Ooh, hold on a second, y'all. That we can have these types of conversations to help our people and change that narrative,
right.
right? That we can help our people and change the narrative. So this article was very interesting to me, dealing with how I started out helping women overcome the home buying process because I do absolutely know and agree that single moms
Yeah.
are disproportionately outlined or outlaid when it comes to the process.
Yeah.
And when they don't have a helping hand, they give up because they got all these other hats to wear. I just
Right.
don't have the time to do this. And so Dr. King had some very um interesting things to say about financial literacy. Dr. King believed that social inequality was largely derived from poverty. He was a proponent of financial literacy and achieving financial independence. In fact, and this is something that I just learned, I'm just going to tell you, even at my age, you're never too old to learn, sugar. You're never too old to learn.
You
In
better.
1966, he was a signatory to the Freedom Budget, which declared a war on poverty, published by the A. Philip Randolph Institute. While the proposal was never passed into law, it provides us important lessons which we can strive for today. So, Dr. King believed not just in social justice, he believed in financial equality, and it comes from learning for yourself. This was
Mm-hmm.
one of the most important lessons that I read, and I was just like, come on, Doc. I felt like I was there with you, or you here with me now. We together on this.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for economic change. Create it.
You and that fan. Just wait till my fan come.
I know, I know. We just gonna fans together.
I'm gonna just be.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna
Now,
get in too. Watch.
let's
I'm
talk
gonna get
about
in.
that. He said, "Create it."
Oh my gosh.
This platform allows us. I said this today on Leanne's show. I've said it before. And if you guys out there are in the audience have some commentary, go ahead and place it in the chat, because you guys know we get interactive with this. We get
Right.
interactive with this, and we want you to go on and come on with it. But I said it before. See, 50 years ago, during my mother's time, my grandmother's time, my great grandmother's time, they didn't have the ability to sit on a podcast, or let's bring it back to what they were. They didn't have the ability to be on television unless they
Right.
were fetching and stepping. I said it out loud,
You
right?
did.
Okay.
They
Both say
didn't
that.
they didn't have the ability to write newspaper articles unless it was in secret, and that it only got passed from place to place. It was not on a national level. But that was then. Today, today, we have an African American woman who sits in the White House. Did you hear what I said? An African American woman who sits in the White House, when we have to go every so often to reconfirm Black women's ability, the women's ability to vote. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? But yet she sits in the White House as the vice president of the United States of this here America. How many years ago was the president of the United States the same shade as Tony Sanchez? Come on, Dr. Tony. Come on.
You know a lot of our viewers and listeners are like going ouch right now, right? Because you just cutting our ass up. You just cutting us up. You just cutting us up.
Cutting tonight. I have no words. Like
You
I'm
know what I'm
sitting
saying?
here
The
like,
cutting, which we need. We need
Yeah.
that cutting. You know what I'm saying? Because after you cut, you heal.
That's
You know what I'm
it.
saying? After
That's
you
it.
cut, you heal. Because we got to remove all of that bitterness, animosity, that hold you backness, that stinking thinking, and that crab mentality. We got to cut all of that out, then let it heal first. Then we can start remolding. But we
Yes.
can never get to that until we start addressing the main problem, which is that reflection in the mirror.
yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Because truth be told, don't none of us got no more than the next individual.
right.
When we gonna realize that?
Listen, it we can accumulate physical things and possessions if our inner parts are spoiled, rotten, just nasty. Those things don't mean anything for real, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know that in 30 years, 50 years, if I'm not here, my grandson can hold his head up high and say, my grandmother worked for this, and this, and she left me this, and this. That's what a legacy is. And your legacy doesn't have to just spring forth once you're gone. I'm creating legacy here. See, all these folks that are listening on this platform, wherever they're listening from, is something that we're saying. It's something that brought them here for them to learn, that is making a difference in everything that they do. I have people still when I was in Mer, hey candle lady. I'm like, I ain't been the candle lady for X number of years. Don't call me that. I don't care what I tell them. They don't call me the call. They call me the candle lady because a candle is not just a candle.
Right.
The impression that I've given them and the outlook that they have about what that thing does for them. Because it's not just a candle to burn. Sometimes it is the mood changer, it is the mood enhancer. I've got 17 different candles, and I'm gonna pick one particular one because it changes my mood, it enhances me, it lifts me up, it causes me to shift the way I'm looking at the energy that I'm feeling right now. You know what? Let me go to my happy candle. Let me go to my relaxed candle. Let me go to
Yeah.
my put me to damn sleep candle because right about now I'm struggling. Come on now. Let me go to my candle that smell like a man without the headache. Come on. Oh, oh.
I don't
Mhm.
think we was ready for that last one.
That's
I,
okay.
I was there
I would
because
like
I
to
had the
order one
candle.
of
This
those.
man had a scented candle.
Listen,
No,
listen.
no. But I want to order one of them candles, Nicole. Tell me where to get one of those.
Okay. Listen, there was a candle that we sold called what's his name?
What's his name?
Mm.
Baby, it smells so good.
Ooh,
I was like,
what's
forget his
your
name.
name?
I ain't
Mr.
want to know his name. I
Sexy
want to know his
Man.
address.
Oh my
You want the
God.
address?
I need to
Oh
know
my
his address.
You
God.
gonna pull up?
He could still be anonymous. I didn't need to know his address because it
That's right.
smelled that good. You hear what I say? You hear what I say, Anna?
Oh,
You hear what I say? Okay. And listen, I could go over there and say, and don't have no problem.
no problem.
Because sometimes we just need a man without a headache.
That's right.
Okay. And so listen, I
And
flipped that too. They sometimes they need a woman without a headache too. I
Well,
ain't got
well,
no shame in
Right.
saying what it is.
that's that's a
But
that's a
that
coin toss. That's a coin toss.
that's it. But the impression that they're getting now, they remember when you know what somebody then ticked them off. They remember Nicole said, or I heard her say, I'm
Mhm.
in the candle section. I remember she said this one was the one that brought her joy. Let me try it because I need some joy in my life.
Amen.
Making an impression, right? Somebody, that same business owner that I spoke to today, mentioned Paulette's name. Oh wait, she does that? I was like, yeah, that's her whole platform. She owns all that. She is all that. Yes. And then I was on
oh,
Leanne's show. Leanne got a show. Yeah. See what had happened was
what had happened?
Paulette extended an invitation, and Nicole and Leanne hopped on board, and now this has turned into a fruitful display of the work that Paulette has laid the foundation for. So yeah, we all pop a locking over here.
You
Oh, well,
see what
I
it
didn't
says?
know you did. And see, that's because you didn't ask, and a closed mouth don't get fed.
There you go.
Therefore,
We need
we got
leaders. We
changes
need
the narrative
leaders.
over here. Now you pay attention, you can get some change too. Hello, because change will change your life. All right, so the legacy of Dr. King.
Come on.
I so enjoy being able to talk about where we've come, how far we've come, how much has been done. But here on the Brownstone Worldwide and KCCR Radio, where we are changing the narrative, we're also going to focus on how much more needs to be done.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So I'm going to give Leanne an opportunity because she had a great show this morning. And see, what we did was we tied in Dr. King's legacy to self care. Go and give them a recap, Leanne.
Come on, boo.
So we look. Most people are not going to think that there's a tie between self-care and social justice, social activism, but they are so closely tied together. They go hand in hand because what was it that allowed the activists and the leaders to go ahead and walk cities,
Yeah.
right? To be able to handle the stress of trying to sit at a lunch counter and somebody beating on you or spitting on you,
My God.
Mhm.
right? To be able to handle being dragged out of houses and watching family members be killed because we simply wanted to be equal.
Amen.
Self care, and it's not just about self, it is about caring for our community,
Yeah.
building the environment that we want our children and our grandchildren to grow up
Absolutely.
in. And Dr. King and the other civil rights leaders and activists understood that. They understood that you had to have emotional uh, management, we shall
Mhm.
call it, to be
Mhm.
able to handle all that stress and still have nonviolent protests.
Mm.
When people are, when they're beating you down in the streets and you still had the fortitude and the mental awareness to not respond to that. That's a higher level of self care that most people don't have that ability. Somebody hits you, well, I'm gonna hit you back. You're gonna catch these hands. I'm
After
not
I take my earrings off.
right, right.
And
So,
depending on how hard you hit me, them earrings staying on.
and we also talked about the Divine Nine and
Mhm.
how our Black National, what is it, National Panhellenic Council, there we go, I got it, that they had their own different activities and outreach that they do to help bring our community together. And they also deal with their own self-care and wellness. Because baby, they was going to party, get some rest,
Yeah.
and be right back out there doing good work. But they all had to have that self-care, that foundation of self-care that runs all of us. And self-care is not just a one-dimensional thing. We talked about that too. It's not just all the fun and fancy and cute, and I want to go take a bath and I'm going to the spa and I'm having a massage. It's also doing the work of healing,
Yeah.
healing ourselves, healing
Mm.
our communities,
Yeah.
That's
right?
good. That's
Breaking
good right
generational
there.
curses.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
what it is. So that
Always
we,
that flip side.
yeah, so we can wake up happy, healed, and whole, and we can heal our community because that's what we need right now. And that's what Nicole's talking about. That's how it all ties in together.
Amen.
Yes. And
Amen.
I'm now going to ask Paulette because she been in a struggle. She been in that struggle. And I understand that part of the reason that the brownstone has come forward and lasted as long as it has is because of her desire to see change. So go ahead, let's talk about MLK and how you see him on today's date.
Um, this is really interesting. Let me talk about it really quick. I think it's important, and thank you for asking me to talk about it and touch on it. So, one of the things that has kept Brownstone Worldwide moving along, we actually did a show about that this morning. It aired on Cullen's Corner. We did like an intro to the new season kind of thing. And if you haven't caught it, we're going to re-air it again. We talked about how we have morphed and we have changed over the years, and we've always had one central theme, which was to change the narrative of how we tell our stories our way,
Mm-hmm.
which is so important. Um, the reason why I have continued to fight my own mental faculties, self care, my own self doubt. Am I doing the right thing? I might as well just go ahead and put it on out there. Do we have enough money this month to make it happen? Right?
Mhm.
Is there enough to, at least cajole someone to consider being a part of the brownstone while we continue to grow? Um, I was listening to right now, KCCR is running nothing but MLK speeches all day.
Mhm.
And we've been listening to them all day here in the office and also, when I was out volunteering today, and I want to touch on that just a little bit, but I'm going somewhere with this. Y'all know I'm kind of long-winded, so help me, Lord. Um, I was listening to some of Dr. King's speeches, and I listened to, for the very first time with mature ears, I've been to the mountaintop.
Yes.
And he was so bold in what he said. He said, stop buying Coca-Cola. Stop buying Wonder Bread. Stop buying X, Y, and Z gas. If you want to see change, hit them where it hurts, and that's in their pockets, right? And so when I heard that, at that very moment, I thought about, of all of the years of his civil rights walks in Selma and Atlanta and all over the southern United States, and the travels that he did, somehow this brother remained alive. But the minute you start talking about unionization, and you start talking about the safety of folks, and you start talking about him being bold about holding companies and businesses responsible for the lives of the very people that are holding your businesses afloat while you sitting in offices, I realized then that's what took him out.
Mm-hmm.
How dare I not create and continue to push through a platform such as Brownstone Worldwide, right? And open it up so that we can continue to tell our stories our way and tell the truth
Yeah.
from the perspective that is the Black and brown and urban perspective in the US of A and the African diaspora. It is vital that I be bold enough to say these things,
Speak it.
to open the portal for individuals such as yourselves to tell the story our way. We cannot, listen closely, we cannot depend on Susie Homemaker to do it. We cannot depend on Lisa, the school teacher, to do it. And Carrie Ann. We can't expect Bob to do it, nor to make the decisions for us, to tell the stories that were told to us when we were coming up. I say this because I am a mother of 4 and a grandparent of 4 who is sitting here and saying to herself, what am I leaving my children in terms of the stories of who we are?
Yes.
Because again, somebody is telling them how light slavery was and how we were jolly in the fields, frolicking through fucking cotton fields.
Mm.
And that ain't true.
No, that
So I'm
ain't
trying
true.
to say that the narrative is being told. So, getting back to your original question, Nicole, the question was,
I
why
forgot.
am I continuing to do that? I am continuing to do that because if Dr. King was bold enough to say to stop this and stop that, what he was doing was he was fucking with people's money. And when you stop, it's all right. Go ahead, let them march. It's good. They'll get tired after a while. We didn't get tired after a while. We ended up with the Voting Rights Act. We didn't get tired after a while. We ended up being able to ride the bus wherever we wanted to sit, right? We didn't get tired after a while. We were able to sit at Woolworths where we wanted to instead of just somewhere on the outside. We didn't get tired enough. We ended up desegregating schools. We didn't get tired enough. And the question should be today, why are we tired now?
Thank you.
Are we?
Did nothing.
We ain't did nothing. We are living on the laurels and on the shoulders of those people, my mother, my father, my grandparents, who went before me, who walked in places I dare not walk today because I'm scared, because somebody did the work for me. And now it's all right for me to sit down. It's not okay to sit down, folks. It's not okay to sit down. We
You
have
are
to open up and tell the story our way. Hence, the reason why Brownstone Worldwide is where it is right now. And I am honored to be in the presence of folks who have said yes to the call, because that's what this is. All right, I'm done.
I'm gonna get to Tony. You're making me think of every time it comes time to push voters registration, I get angry when I hear people say, my vote won't matter.
Uh, that one there, boy.
My
Yeah,
vote.
that one there. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I don't care. Your right to vote is your right to vote. They, all them folks she just talked about, they fought, they died for us to
Mhm.
have the right to vote. I could care less who you vote for. You could write in somebody if that's what you choose to do.
Right,
The point
right
is to
yourself, man.
poll and to vote because
Yeah.
that is what they died for. Because they were whipped and killed and prevented from voting.
Mhm.
They treated us less than people. We were two-thirds.
Mhm.
Two-thirds. How you gonna have
Commodity.
how
A
you gonna
commodity.
have two-thirds of a person? I mean,
A
what part of
commodity.
you leaving a commodity? Exactly. What part of me you leaving off? My head, my feet, my legs. I got
Mm.
two arms and my head, and the rest of it ain't no good. I mean, I am fluffy, but come on now. Listen, Tony.
Hmm. First and foremost, boy, y'all is cutting up in here. Leanne, we got to get us a fan cause
Yeah.
no, I can't fan right now because I might blow my candle out. But
You have to pay.
listen,
You know you pay.
but listen, let me say hi to everybody in the chat room that's on Facebook and on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
Man, look, we love y'all, we appreciate y'all, and continue to support us as we make this venture. You know, boss lady, ooh, you know, you set the tone for me with this because like everything that black stands for stands on the back of a black woman. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm. Wow.
It stands on the back of a black woman. So that in itself is enough motivation and inspiration to start now to appreciate and accept the black woman.
Mm.
Woo. Heck.
Speaking that first and foremost, because look, none of us wouldn't be here without a woman. That woman, she gave birth, she carried that. See, man, a woman.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So until we start valuing our black women,
I'm about to lay in the flow.
you feel what I'm saying? We have to start valuing our black women. You know, a lot of people trip because Coretta stayed with Dr. King, but they didn't understand the love that they had for each other
Mm.
and the purpose of what they was laying for the future generation. See, man, they was planting them seeds, man. They
Yeah.
was planting them seeds, you know. And I respect you queens and all the queens that listen because you are now bearers of those seeds. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And listen, spread them all over the world.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Continue to speak those things that are not as though they were, with the expectation that they shall and will come to pass.
Mm.
Whew.
Now
Listen.
that's for my queens. For you gentlemen, let's tear
Uh-oh.
down that. Let's tear down that my me mentality. You dig what I'm saying? I'm speaking from a man point of view because I was raised by women, so I know how to tap into my sensitive side. I'm talking
Yeah.
about them knuckleheads.
Mm.
And you know who you is, you know you are. We telling the truth here. It's time to man up.
Woo.
Mhm.
You dig what I'm saying?
Where my phone at?
It's time to start supporting your young queens in whatever endeavor they may be doing. You feel what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Yeah.
Unity.
Yeah.
UNITY.
And that's where we gotta get at. That's where we gotta get at. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We
Yeah.
Right.
gotta get back to unity because the whole purpose of Dr. King, to me,
Yeah.
in my time growing up watching him, I watched him speak here in Chicago.
Mm.
Mm.
So and every time I seen him, he was always talking about us uniting in unity.
Yeah.
So where did we lose? That's what I'm trying to get us to. Even in business, where did we lose the unity in business?
Right. Right.
And to
We
your
used to battle with
point,
each other all the time.
Yeah.
to your point, to continue, not just where did we lose it, how do we get it back?
It's
And
there. It's
it
it's
is
it's there. It's
how do we
already
get it
in. It's
back?
already in you. It's
Yeah.
up to the individual to pull it back out.
And that goes back to his Dr. King's lesson of don't wait for economic change. You create it, right?
Yeah.
Either way, how do you plan to fix your own circumstances and move forward in a positive manner? And one of the other things that they're noting is in his letter from a Birmingham jail in April 1963, King wrote, freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor.
That's right.
It must be demanded by the oppressed, right?
Yeah.
You are
Demand.
demanded by the oppressed. And so he goes on to say that financial freedom is worth fighting for. There is nothing in all the world greater than freedom. It is worth paying for. It is worth losing a job for. It is worth going to jail for. I would rather be a free pauper than a rich slave. I
Amen.
Mm.
would rather die in an abject poverty with my convictions than live in an inordinate riches with a lack of self respect.
Wow.
Mm.
He
Mm.
wanted to have, in order to have empowering Black wealth and his legacy that shapes financial growth, he wanted us to have a level of freedom in every sense of the word that also includes financial freedom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some of his other lessons include sometimes you need to step out on faith and take a risk. Let me tell y'all something. Today, today is the 1 year anniversary that I opened up my home for sale on the internet for the MLS system. I took a whole leap of faith and opened up my doors to sell my home because something was moving me from where I was,
Mm-hmm.
right? My health was in jeopardy. And I'm going to say this, and a lot of people don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it out loud. My mental health was in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was either stay there and suffer until someone else told me I could be free, or I was going to listen to what the creator said and I was going to take a leap of faith.
Mm.
And
My home,
sometimes it's hard
my
to do.
home, it was. Trust me, it ain't easy.
No.
Trust me.
And
Yeah.
I've had the people that I shared things with were like, I can't believe you. I can't believe, listen, I can't believe it either. But he
Okay.
said, and I'm gonna be so when people say God did not give us the spirit of fear.
Say that.
Okay? He did not give it to us, but because of the way we are built and wired, and because we have the knowledge of good and evil, we do get scared, but
Mm-hmm.
I will do it anyway.
Yeah.
Because when I do it anyway, I am exhibiting that mustard seed of faith that says I trust him. Scared or not, I'm moving forward. Scared or not, I'm following his lead. Because, see, when he said, I am, my destiny was already written.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of the time and the place that he appointed where it was going to
Woo.
show up. And
Come
there's
on,
a
girl.
waiting season. I'm a vision board girl, and my word is and will be for the rest of 2023 manifestation. I am leaning on
Manifestation.
Come
for
on.
him to manifest what he has for me.
Yeah.
Let me tell
Yeah.
you what else is prevalent in this month. Ooh, this month. When I did my vision board at the end of 2021, I put on there increase. My prayer inside of Repurposed Ministries, where I follow a lady named Pastor Michelle, who will deliver a word like nobody else. She right up under Sarah Jakes to me. It's that raw, uncut, radical, that's Leanne's word, unfiltered. The
Yeah.
word says this. And when she really want to drive it home, she gonna tell you, I'm taking you to the message version. That's the hood version. I be
Yeah.
like, Lord, tell you, the Bible got a hood version. Where it's at?
Yeah.
Hood version. And look, that right up my alley.
Yes, honey.
But she really delivers that word. And I asked for a promotion. I asked that he expand my territory and give
That's
me
that prayer of Jabez right there, boy.
right
That's that
territory and give me wisdom to use it wisely that honors you.
Yes.
So that was the end of 2021. That was my 2022 vision board. In 2023, I brought it forward to continue. But guess what? 1 year ago this month, I asked for a promotion. Guess what? It went into effect yesterday. When I
Come
go
on,
to
Amen.
somebody.
tomorrow, it goes, there's the promotion. There's the territory
Manifestation.
being expanded, right?
Manifestation.
That's the manifestation. But I went into my personnel file and my promotion was supposed to be effective January 29th of 23, but my director asked that it be moved up. So I start tomorrow, right?
All right. All right.
Last promotion was January 29th, 2012.
Come on. Come on. I say, now come
Say
on.
that again.
Yeah, you heard.
Yeah.
January 29th, 2012 was my last promotion. You want to talk about full circle?
Mm-hmm.
Trusting. Okay. So that is sometimes you need to step out on faith and take a risk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I relocated to Dallas. Do you know what my first conversation with my supervisor from Birmingham was? I can't believe you moved and your transfer was denied. Well, I can't believe you denied my transfer when I told you I was moving. So I can't
Imagine that.
deny.
Imagine that.
I
Mm.
guess we both in unbelief.
Yeah.
Because here I am.
Yeah.
And
Hello.
it just suddenly, the people who were empowered to make decisions moved out the way.
Mm.
They
Mhm.
retired.
Yeah.
Somebody else came in, and 2 days later, set that girl free. And so when I came to this office and saw things, and I was like, oh, okay, I can help with this, I can help with this. But no matter what, I didn't care. What if they liked it, great. If they didn't, great. I was free.
That's
Amen.
right.
My emotions were free. My mental health was free. I felt like I had just been released from bondage.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I
What you
have
have?
never seen the movie 12, what is it, 13 years or 12 years a slave. I ain't seen that movie. Okay. But I can imagine how that person felt because that's how I felt.
Wow.
So when I say you have to stand on your faith, I can't tell nobody what they believe. I don't care
Mm.
who you talk to. I can't, that is not my place. I'm gonna tell you, as for me and my house, I'm gonna step out on faith because I know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He goes on to say your education, job, or career status does not define you.
Amen.
Let me say,
Lesson learned.
I don't usually say this out loud too
Say that
often,
out.
but I'm gonna say it out loud.
Yeah.
Ain't no house nigga and field nigga here.
Okay, now say it for the ones in the back there.
Ain't no house nigga and field nigga here.
Okay, thank you.
It's
Because
hot in here, y'all.
I
Y'all.
was definitely going
Don't
to
sit here and
touch
think
on
because
that.
you light skinned today with good
Right,
hair that you could
right.
talk to Nappy Nikki like you want to. It don't define you.
No.
Okay. You will not be doing none of that because your education, your job, and your career, baby, listen, I got degrees I don't even talk about.
For what?
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean that all mine doing is hanging on the wall.
Period.
I got degrees I don't even talk about. People don't even know I'm a doctor.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I
But
say, they just hanging on the
but when
wall.
I need to let when I need to let the napkin
You
color
need to
folk know.
flex it a little bit.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me hold on a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Say what? Let me. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Nicole Johnson. How may I assist you?
Right, when you got
Sounds
flex.
lame, doesn't it?
Okay, don't roll up in here like that, because see, just as easy as I turn it on, I can turn it off. Now,
I
what you
keep
say?
telling everybody, it's always that flip. There's always that flip. You gotta
What
remember
you
it's the
say?
flip.
What you had said?
You take your earrings off. Don't make me take
You
these
gotta
earrings
remember
off.
it's always that flip.
What you
Now,
had
are you
said?
ready for the flip?
I see that little Vaseline right here. What you had said?
Right. You
What
feel
you
me?
had said?
I'm just saying.
Look,
I'm
we
just
can
saying.
stay
You
up,
gotta be ready
baby.
for the
We
flip.
stay up.
You ready? Okay.
Girl, you
At
so
your own
close.
risk.
Amen.
Listen,
But no,
turn
no,
it
but
on.
Nicole,
We can
you
turn it
said some
off.
good stuff there because for one, faith for me is like me knowing, okay, I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it because I got this feeling, you know, that's just telling me something got to be better than where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going. And when I go in that faith, I'm going knowing that he didn't bring me this far to leave me.
Oh, come on.
Come on, church.
He had already prepared a place for me.
Mm-hmm.
He's just checking to see if I'm faithful and obedient. Because obedience is better than sacrifice.
It
Now,
is.
come
You
on
feel what
now.
I'm saying? So just be
Absolutely.
obedient and do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
My,
just
my,
like
my.
Tony reminds me of that the three men with the talent,
With the
right?
time.
He gave them different amounts, but his orders were that you multiply them.
Mm-hmm.
And the one with one talent buried it to keep it safe. That was not your direction. That was not your instruction,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And but you know what that was? That was lazy.
Hmm.
See, burying it in the ground didn't take no work. But the
Oh,
others who
that sounds
multiplied
just
it,
like us dog people, lazy.
that
Just
was lazy,
mm,
right? That was
that
lazy.
spirit of
But
So
lazier
what
wasn't
Dr.
fear.
Johnson that he said,
mhm.
take your work seriously. If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will pause to say, here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well.
Mm,
Mm.
who
And
did his
that is
job well.
not just did his job. See, that's the difference
Well,
between.
yeah.
Let me help us out. Some of these
Help the
people
ones. Help the ones.
they look at their ratings. This is a
Mm,
difference between a 3 and a 5.
thank you.
This is a difference between good and excellent.
Come
Mm.
on
Some of
now.
y'all want to be excellent when you barely did good work. Some of y'all want to be 5 when you need to be -2.
I love it.
Okay, so listen. I have a coworker, right? He was hired to pick up papers. At least them was his words to my ears. He was hired to pick up papers. I said, and now you answering telephone. So I'm wondering why you weren't the best darn paper picker upper in the office. Like
Hmm.
those papers should have been pressed, creased,
Yeah. Yeah.
scented, arranged alphabetically. They should have been cut perfectly shaped. I need an 8.5 by 11, not an 8 by 10.
Come on
Okay.
now. Just come on.
If all you got to do is pick up papers, then you should have been the best paper picker upper there ever was.
Yeah.
Right? Because the one thing that we have the most control over is our reputation,
Thank you.
your
Yeah.
word of what you do. So when
Yeah.
I go to work, I had a supervisor who was the worst male chauvinistic pig I had ever met. He was
Really?
his way around the office. But see, when he came over yonder, blocked, we don't, we don't roll like
Not
that.
doing that. Yeah, we're not doing that.
Gone down to the board of health. Gone down to the board of health. Stay from over here. Okay.
Right.
And
Right.
so I went to different departments to find out what every in my industry you have a script. When you are in customer service, 30 day, 40 day, all them buckets, that's what we call them, had a script. So in order to educate, here's the word, educate the clients that I spoke to, I went to each bucket on my lunch break and asked for a copy of their script. I called the attorney's office who handled cases and asked for a copy of their script. Now I got everything from current to charge off to know what you were told at each level. And this is how I began to educate the clients and to help them with their bills. Okay. My supervisor said, I hear you've been in different buckets and you know that ain't none of your business and you need to stay where you. And everything that was spinning in the back of my head was telling me, you might want to grab your purse first before
Mm.
you say what you fist to say. But
Right.
lucky for
Right.
him, his supervisor was walking up behind him. And you could hear him because he was not quiet. And his supervisor came on. He said, you know, Nicole, I was coming to talk to you about the very same thing. See, you got the boss man coming down. He said, well, actually, the client got wind of what you were doing and they're on site for a visit. They'd like to meet you.
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
bloop.
So I still needed to grab my purse because I don't leave
Right.
the area
For a
with
different reason.
but for different reasons. See, so
Ah.
while you're talking to me out the side of your neck because of your personal, what you can't get and do, someone
Right.
is recognizing my greatness because I didn't have to go to those other buckets. I didn't have to try to learn. So when it says take your work seriously, I've
Absolutely.
been educating people in how to help them make their situations better for many, many years.
Yes.
Many
Absolutely.
years. So when it comes to empowering Black wealth, his legacy is helping me shape financial growth. We are here to continue with his legacy. It is our responsibility. So since we are looking to, we're not waiting for society to change our circumstances. We're not waiting for them to create or give us financial independence. We're creating it, we're taking it for ourselves.
Amen.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. So listen, I can't believe an hour has gone by this quickly.
I can't either.
Really?
I
Yeah.
cannot believe
We
an
just got
hour.
here.
We
Yeah.
just got here. So
Yeah.
listen, as I always appreciate spending time with you guys here in the gym because we are getting a full financial workout. Because when you go to the gym, you don't just do cardio, you don't always do leg curls, you don't always do strength and toning. You do all those different parts to work the full body. And here at Girl Your Money Matters in the gym, we're going to start with your mindset and we're going to go all the way to the bottoms of the soles of your feet and everywhere in between because all of that impacts all of you, which impacts all of the community.
That's right.
I'm gonna say it. No, I'm gonna wait for DJ Tony to say it. I'll repeat it after him. But you
Yes.
know,
Don't say.
so before we get there, let me turn over and thank you, Leanne Dose. Welcome to the Brownstone Worldwide and Casey family. I enjoy spending today with you on your first broadcast and look
Yes.
forward to having being present with you on many, many more. If you'll have me, go ahead and give us your closing thoughts for tonight.
Well, let's work on breaking generational curses
Yeah.
so that we can teach our children and our grandchildren better than what we were taught.
Amen.
Right. And let's bring
Amen.
self-care and wellness and making ourselves a priority in our lives, to the top of our actual respective ladders, if you will, so that we can continue to try and change the narrative for ourselves, for our communities, so that we have a better world that we're living in, that we are passing down to our
I
future.
love that.
Love it. Yes. Excellent. 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 All right, DJ Tony. Go on, hit us with what you got.
Hey, once again, as always, thank you, my queens, for allowing me the opportunity to kick it with you. Man, the love, man, you can just feel it. It just generates all through the airwaves. You know what I'm saying? For the chat room and everybody that's listening, man, look, if anything was said that offended you and upsetted you and made you, feel a certain way, that's what the fuck is supposed to do. And I'm just keeping it 100. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, for real, I said it. I said 2023 is a whole new different thing. We ain't got time for no games. We ain't got time for none of that. We ain't got time for it. So ain't no sugarfooting, none of that. Put your big panties and big drawers on, and let's get ready to get big. I'm just being real. Someone's got big panties and big drawers. Time to put them on. Put them on. I'm just being 100, y'all. Cause see, we gotta stop that holding each other back shit, and that's part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's part of it, because we scared to address it because of somebody's feelings and all that. Fuck all that. Feelings don't get fed.
Hey, come on now,
You know
Rick.
what I'm talking about? Feelings don't get fed, and I want all us to eat. So it's time for us to stop acting the fool, because we all we got.
Yep.
It is.
Love y'all.
Woo, we are
My.
well, Paulette. Any
Boss lady.
closing statements?
Oof.
Yeah, boss lady. Look what I put up, boss lady.
I see you. Hey, that's what's up.
That's what
Representing.
So listen, y'all. First of all, big shout out to everybody today. For those of you all who are listening, we're pushing on to the next show after this. For those of you all who are not aware, who are watching via YouTube, LinkedIn, BWTV on brownstoneworldwide.com, and all of the other platforms in between, if you are not aware, today is actually the second day of our launch for season 1, Q1 of Brownstone Worldwide. So, what does that mean? That means that today's show, which honors Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. here at Girl Your Money Matters with Nicole Johnson, the Nicole Johnson, and also all of the other shows that air today. Let me tell you something. To piggyback off of everything that was said today, I am overwhelmed because today was absolutely amazing. Let me tell you why. The community that I live in was hit with a tornado, and it was absolutely devastating. I was able to go out into the community because so many of you all reached out and donated funds, and we were able to be a part of a larger collective of people to give back to those who were in need. While I was doing that, let me tell you what happened. The website, you got content over there about the Sunday brunch. You were able to listen to the Sunday brunch yesterday. You were able to listen to DJ Tony Sanchez with the Eye of the Storm yesterday with his very first show of the season. We had Leanne Dose today with Wake Up
yes.
that aired this morning. And yes, ma'am, I heard it while I was driving. We were picking up toilet tissue to drop off. We are proud and excited for you to join the Brownstone family. We have, of course, the Nicole Johnson, who was there to support you, and big ups to you for that. It was so appreciated. While Brownstone was on the ground, right? And I took a crew with me because of the support that I had. So that was amazing. And I definitely wanted to touch on that just a little bit, because I think it is important as we are changing the narrative. And like Dr. King said, Nicole, what you talked about, where we have to create it ourselves. We can't wait for nobody to save us.
No.
We're gonna have to go out here, we're gonna have to save ourselves. The lines of brothers and sisters that I saw today blew my mind, that needed support, but there were so many more of us who were there to support. And I want more of us to get into that specific space of supporting one another as we are needed. So let's talk really quick about what's coming up next. We have Marshawn Olanio with her first show of the season, and it's called Love Restored. She airs directly after Nicole tonight in literally 4 minutes. So I know I got to wrap it up. We also have behind Brother Tony over here, Brownstone Living Magazine, right? And if you want your copy, you can either subscribe, you can go over to Facebook on Facebook, Brownstone Worldwide. You can get your copy, and you can either choose the first 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. And then also there's other ways to support the Brownstone as well. We had our lunch and learn today with Mr. Damian Barry. And you can also be a part of what's happening. Email us directly at contact@brownstoneworldwide.com, or you can reach me at Paulette@brownstoneworldwide.com. I'm done for now. I will see you all tomorrow for yes, and somebody is just typing all up in there. Go ahead, Nicole. I sure appreciate
That's what I'm talking about.
so this has been enlightening, and I cannot wait, because tomorrow we're going to be hitting it again. We got some new stuff that's coming your way, some exclusive content that you can't get unless you are in the room as a subscriber. You're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out. And so again, I appreciate everybody here for being a part of changing the narrative of how we tell our stories our way. Thank you, Nicole.
Listen, we have had a full night of celebration and honoring Dr. King's memory, his legacy on shaping financial growth. Um, I pray that there was something said here tonight that will change your mindset in how you handle and deal with your money. You can also go over to thenicolejohnson.com and download my guide for 10 tips to decrease your expenses and increase your savings. One of the things that I hear most often is that I can't save and pay down debt. You don't have a choice but to save while you pay down debt.
For
Um,
real.
Also join my community here on Facebook. It is called Girl Your Money Matters in the Facebook group. We do a whole myriad of things over there to help you start with small steps. I'm not asking you to take anything big. I want you to set yourself up for success so that those small steps lead to big changes. And so, as always, we thank you for being here with us tonight, and we will see you again next week on every Monday night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time in Girl Your Money Matters, affectionately known as the gym, where we have all sorts of exercises to help you get financially fit. It's been a blast. We'll see you next time.
Bye.